Robert Hansen was known as the Butcher Baker. He would abduct women, torture them, rape them, then release them in the woods in Alaska and hunt them like wild game. Here's how he got caught. Robert was born in Iowa and was a bit of a loner. Growing up, he was shy, had a stutter, and severe acne. His first crime was in 1960, where he burnt down a school bus garage as a revenge plot for his unpopularity in high school. While serving his 3-year prison sentence, a psychiatric noted that he had infantile personality and was obsessed with getting back at people he felt wronged him. They also diagnosed him with manic depression and periodic schizophrenic episodes. Following his release, he was in and out of jail several times. Then eventually, in 1967, he moved to Alaska, got married, had 2 kids, and set several local hunting records. Then, in 1971, he was arrested twice for trying to rape and torture 2 women, a housewife and a prostitute. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but after only 6 months, he was moved to a halfway house. This is when his murders began. His method was to stalk a woman to learn her habits, pick her up in his car at gunpoint, take her home, where he would rape and torture her. Then he would take her to a secluded area in the Alaskan wilderness, let her go, and hunt her like wild game. One of his would-be victims, 17-year-old Cindy Paulson, was offered $200 to give him oral. When she got into the car, he pulled a gun on her, took her back to his house, and raped and tortured her. Then he told her he was going to take her to his cabin and drove her to the airport. While he was loading the plane, she snuck into the front seat, opened up the door, and took off running. It was there where she ran into another truck who took her to the police, and she was able to report it. When the police showed up, he said that she was trying to get him for extortion. And they said due to his meek appearance and him being a humble baker, they didn't think he was really a suspect. After discovering several of the bodies in shallow graves, Alaskan detectives contacted the FBI for helping together a profile. Then, with the testimony from Cindy Paulson and the profile provided by the FBI, they were able to obtain a search warrant for Hansen's home. That's where they discovered a map with 37 X's on it. From what they were able to use, they discovered 17 bodies from those maps. Hansen was sentenced to 461 years in prison and died in 2014 after serving 40 years. It's believed he killed up to 37 people, but they were only able to find 17 bodies using the map.